Today we're going to do an oil change on a 2007 Ford Ranger pickup truck. First I'd like to show you how I set it up. This is how I like to do it. Use the ramps. If you get some ramps, some plastic ramps and some rubber, they won't slide for a vehicle that's rear wheel drive. To help you, just set it up this way. This is how I like to do it. And obviously you have your kit right here, what you need to change the oil. You got a creeper here to roll around on. Here's your tools, and your paper towels to wipe your hands. Try to do it as neat as possible. Got your oil filter there, your oil next to that. You got some sockets, either metric or standard depending on what your application is. On here it's standard for a Ranger. I got a small filter, so I either use I got a small oil filter wrench, the blue handled, and for larger ones or the smaller ones you can use channel locks there. It just depends on which application, where it's spaced, how you're able to fit the tool in there and so forth to get leverage. So that's how I set it up like that. And you see I got it up on ramps here. This is how I like to do it. This is a body shop. My dad and I have a body shop here in Cincinnati, Ohio, so I can do my own oil changes. So I thought today I'd do a how-to video, how to do this, see? Very simple. And we lay underneath, get it set up underneath and show you where things are located and how to change the oil. I've already got ahead of myself here, but I'll show you what I've done. Right here's the oil plug, I'm pointing to it right here. This is the oil plug. You just take your socket. I'll show you here how to do this. And the filter is located, I already got it all drained right now. You get an oil pan like such. And I'll show you. Get your oil pan. So I got the oil pan here with the oil. There's the oil filter, the old one. This is where it's located, right here. See where the oil filter goes, right here. I'm draining it right now. That's where the oil filter goes, right here. Very simple. This is a pretty simple operation for anybody who's, you know, like I said, there's your plug. And there's your filter where I'm pointing to right here. It's already off. Let me drain a little bit. And you'll just change, take the new oil filter. So let me get this set up here a little bit better. Take the oil filter. I have a little plastic covering on here. Just take this off. Get it off. Remove the plastic covering, so you got a plastic covering. Remove that. There's a new oil filter. It's got a rubber gasket on it. So when you're going to reinstall it, start out, I'm going to clean the surface off underneath here. Clean the surface. Move this out of the way. Move everything out of the way. Try to do this nice and neat. You don't want anything on the ground. Obviously, push that out of the way. And just take a paper towel and just wipe off your surface. Wipe off all, wipe it nice and dry. It's okay if it drips out a little bit. The old oil, you're not going to get it completely. It's okay. Just let it drip while you're working. Have it nice and dry like that. See how clean it is. And then we're ready to install the new filter. Already got the oil drained from the already drained there. So now we're ready to install the filter. It's very simple. Just take your oil, pop the tab here. A little foil tab at the top. Gotta get rid of that. Let that going into your new oil. You want to get rid of that. Fold that back. I always like to dip my finger in here. Dad always taught me take a little bit on your finger, take a little bit on the filter, and just rub a nice film gently around it. Wipe your finger off and just get the excess. Take a paper towel and do it this way too. A little bit of oil on the filter, on the gasket. Do that a little bit. Now we're ready to install the new filter. You just roll back under here. Very simple. Take the filter and you're just reapplying it to the post, and it just threads on. Just thread it on like such. Just get a nice. What you want to do, you want to do hand tight. You want to tighten it tight. You don't want to over tighten it because then you'll have a damage to the gasket. So you want to get it as tight as you can by hand. That's how you want to do that. See, it'll be out all the way to where you can't turn it anymore. And that'll be good enough, okay? You don't need to put a tool back on there to tighten it because then you'll over tighten, you'll have a leak. I've had it happen before when I was younger. Learned by experience. So there we do that. We got the oil filter on, as you can see. See? And then we're ready to go to the top and add the oil to the top, which is very simple. Crawl out from under the creeper. Go back in here, and I always like to wipe the filter really clean, so I'm going to go back under here again to wipe it off. That's easy to check for leaks. If you see anything coming back on the filter, you know you got a leak or something. As long as you get it tight by hand. See, I got to get it. Whoops, I was undoing it. You're doing it clockwise, obviously, to tighten it. Just regular threads. Make sure I get it really good. Because obviously you don't want any leaks. Get it as hand tight as possible until you can't turn it any longer. You can use a paper towel, something you want to get some grip. Okay, we got that. I got it as tight as it'll go. Wipe it off. I like to clean it off. Clean off everything. Do this as neat as possible. It's a lot easier. Okay. I think I got it pretty good. You don't want to damage the gasket by over tightening, because then you'll have a leak. So you just want to do it where you just, this is the most important part, you just want to make sure it's all the way tight and it's sealed properly. Okay, we're ready to pull all our stuff, pull the oil pan out. Pulling all this out right now. I used to make a mess when I did this when I was a kid. Now, try not to. Pull everything out. I got the filter, everything right here. I already had the oil on the top. Just look for where the oil filter is located. Or the oil fill's right here on the top. It's located right here in the middle. It's got a little oil symbol on here. That's how you know where it's located. You just pop it off like that. Take it off. This is where you're going to add your oil. So I'm going to move this down. You want to get this on level ground. So we're going to I'm going to take the truck and drive it back off the ramps, get it on level ground, and then we'll add the oil to that. Then you check your level right here with your dipstick right here. You want to make sure it's in the proper, it'll have some hash marks on there. You want to make sure. So you'll see these. This is dots. This one has dots. So you want to have max. It'll show max and min. Max is all the way up here. You'll see the dot right on here, which says maximum. You want to get it up in between the dots there where the hash marks are. Certain liter engines have it where you fill it up to the hash mark, or you can go to that dot where it says max. This one you do the max, the dot. That's where we're going to put that. So we'll go ahead now. And that's how we do that. It's very simple. Have the oil in there. We're good to go. So we're going to go ahead and take this off the ramps now and then fill the oil and check it and you'll be good to go. So please subscribe to this video and give me a like on how to change your oil for a 2007 Ford Ranger pickup truck. Thank you.